Deciding to file a bankruptcy can be a tough decision. On one hand, you continue to struggle to pay the debts, and then on the other, you realize it's time to rid yourself of the financial pressure and start over. If you're ready to start over, Colorado Bankruptcy Help is here to assist you. Colorado Bankruptcy Help is a service of the Heupel Law Firm. Kevin Heupel served as the Assistant Attorney General, and they are members of the National Association of Consumer Bankruptcy Attorneys. Kevin Heupel from Colorado Bankruptcy Help is here today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, let's start off with telling our viewers about the warning signs they should be looking at if they might want to start considering a bankruptcy.
The easiest warning sign is the amount of unsecured debt you have to your income. So I'm talking like credit card debt, for example. If that's more than a third of your annual income, you'll never pay it off. So if you have $90,000 salary and you have more than $30,000 credit card debt, you'll never pay it off in your lifetime. And that's the biggest warning sign. The other warning sign is if you can't pay it off within 5 years. You know, if you look at those credit card statements and they say you make this amount and you'll pay it off in 17 years, that's another warning sign that you really should consider bankruptcy.
So this is something people can really just take on themselves. Just take a look at how much they make, what kind of debt they have, do the simple math, find out if they can pay it off in 5 years or less. And if they're falling outside of those parameters, they need to get in and see you.
Yeah, absolutely, because bankruptcy is premised on the notion that if it takes you more than 5 years to pay your debt, it's the equivalent of involuntary servitude to your creditors, and you're entitled to relief. And it's a federal law that gives you that relief.
Yeah, and people need to know that it is a law. Don't feel bad. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and it's not people taking advantage of the system in a bad way. It's people that may have lost a job or have high medical bills. You don't really see people really just trying to take advantage of the system in a bad way, do you?
No, not at all. 99 out of 100 of my clients, something bad happened to them. It set them back. They were not able to recover, and that's why they seek bankruptcy relief.
All right, well, why don't we talk about the kinds of bankruptcy that's available to consumers. There's Chapter 7 and Chapter 13?
Yeah, there's two types, 7 and 13. 7's called a liquidation. What it does, it wipes out debt. It's over in 3 months. People recover in 2 years. You get to keep important things in your house, like $60,000 of equity in your home, $5,000 of equity in your car, your clothing, your furniture, your jewelry. 100% retirement you get to keep. And then there's a Chapter 13 where you would repay some of the debt back, maybe not all of it, but a portion of it. And that's more for people who are behind on their mortgage, if they want to save their home from a foreclosure. If you have high tax debt, and I'm talking over $5,000, because you can pay it back interest and penalty free. Or you can use it as a way to remove your second mortgage from your home.
Okay, well, those are things that they should certainly look at and try and take advantage of if they fall, under one of those cases. But sometimes there's means tests now that they have to qualify for, so they may not be able to do a Chapter 7. They may actually have to do a 13.
Right. Chapter 7 is your most powerful bankruptcy because it wipes it out and you recover in 2 years. So it has limits. It's based on income and family size. If you're a family of 4, the income limit's $83,000. What that means, if you're under it, you automatically qualify. If you're over, you're still eligible. You have to do a thing called a means test. And if you don't pass that, then yes, you would be looking at a Chapter 13.
And how long is the process from start to finish once they come in and meet with you until when they get everything discharged?
Yeah, once you file a Chapter 7, you get your discharge 3 months later. In a Chapter 13, the plan is what they call it when you're making your payments, goes on from 3 to 5 years.
Okay. And let's talk about just the benefit of bankruptcy compared to debt negotiation or credit counseling.
One thing about bankruptcy is it resolves the situation and it allows you to rebuild your credit. Debt negotiation doesn't help rebuild credit. It actually makes it worse.
It does.
It subjects you to lawsuits, garnishments. Credit counseling can be a legitimate option, but again, that unsecured debt needs to be worth less than a third of your income. Otherwise, you can't afford the payments.